we're back. Another episode of TrisPOD and JackCAST.
Yeah.
And today we have a Mr. Zachary Shooter here.
He's sitting next to me on the couch.
What's up, guys?
Hey, okay, so before we get into this week's new podcast, we got so last week's podcast is only 15 minutes long.
We're sorry.
We apologize for that.
So sorry.
Because we had lost footage.
Yeah.
And we just didn't have enough to talk about it.
It's forbidden footage. You can't play it.
Also we lost it.
And it's forbidden.
No.
Or is it? We don't know.
So to make up for it, we made a video, or we're planning on making a video.
Ooh.
But, I mean,
you know,
there's some complications.
Who knows when that's going to
Who knows? So.
Look out for it.
Yeah.
It'll be around.
We got Zach here. And speaking of Zach is a very common name.
Yes.
And
speaking of people with common names, I think it's very weird that some people have the same names. Because my name, Tristan, you don't really see it around a lot.
Well, actually, in my film class, there's a kid named Tristan.
Oh, really?
And Henry and Hayden always talk to him.
I always feel, I don't know, weird talking to someone with my same name. Because saying I don't know. It's weird enough saying my own name. Because I don't say it as often.
That's why I'm not friends with Jackson.
Exactly. It's weird.
That's not.
That is the main reason.
Have you experienced this, Zach?
Yeah, Zach. It's a very deep topic.
I mean, I don't. I guess sometimes it's when someone calls my name and they mean someone else, when Zach Messenger, it gets confusing. I don't know if I'm disturbed.
If you're talking to him and you're saying hey, Zach.
That is kind of strange.
It's kind of weird. It's like you're talking to yourself, but you're not. I don't know.
That's true.
Well, I don't know. I don't really know a lot of people with my name.
Jackson Ernest.
Well, I don't really talk to him.
Talk to him.
I mean, I know you have Tristan.
Once.
Zach, you're friends with him, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hang out sometimes.
Okay, so I don't really.
Yeah, we don't really know.
Never talk to him. But yeah, okay.
That's just a little tangent.
A little tangent from
Innocent Party.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of innocent, sharks. I don't really know why. I was watching a documentary on sharks, and they're like, "Oh, you have a much higher chance of dying from all these other unlikely things than getting bit by a shark."
Like vending machines, right? If a vending machine falls into you, it's like a.
It's more likely to get killed by a cow than a shark.
I think I'd argue that the majority of these kinds of things, in regards to animals, are kind of irrational fears. Because you know they're citing these statistics of it's more likely this. Well, I mean, okay, it's more likely for those things to happen because you're not around sharks all the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still that animals in the wild.
They'll attack you if you. They mind their business for the most part.
Yeah. I don't. People freak out all too much, you know.
Yeah.
Probably because the first man or whatever attacked a shark and survived. It's like, guys, don't mess with that thing over there. It just bit me out of nowhere. That's probably how it started.
Also, people who get attacked by sharks, aren't those people that are bleeding and stuff and are just really dumb around them?
I mean, it depends on the species. A bull shark might attack you just because you're around it, but a great white. Yeah, great whites. I mean, I've been in the water with them.
Did you do the shark cage?
Diving. Yeah. I mean, I was in a cage, but still, you look at them, they're pretty peaceful.
They just mind their business.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
Okay, cool. Good shark talk.
Yeah, that was Shark Talk.
This is Shark Week. Wait, when is Shark Week?
Gosh, I don't know. It's been such a long time.
Can I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt this exciting set of topics. but let's talk about Marvel real quick.
Okay.
And then can we get into some of the philosophy?
Yeah.
Okay, so
because I'm looking at counting numbers.
Okay, it's spoilers.
And
it's not a spoiler.
I'm not sure.
Guys, you'll love this topic on counting.
Okay,
numbers.
let's talk about Marvel.
Okay. So
Black Panther thoughts.
Okay.
I want to hear Jackson's thoughts. I want to hear Tristan's thoughts, and then
we'll hear Zach's
Okay,
thoughts.
so a little background. When we were in the when Zach and I went down to Tucson for the what was that? Oh yeah, the U of A honors tour. We the night before we had dinner and we were talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how what the best movies were, and how they made all these comics that like no one had ever heard of and made them into like big like parts of the franchise.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange,
like Black Panther, like the newest one coming out. So Zach, I forgot. Like, so I was like telling like I think
you were telling me
like I think I was telling Tristan what your top 5 were.
Yeah.
We'd like you to tell you what your.
Oh, well, it probably changed. Okay, I think it was Iron Man, the first Iron Man.
Okay.
It was probably the Avengers, like the first one.
The first one? Okay.
Yeah. Civil War.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Okay.
And Doctor Strange. And I know that's a weird one, but I love
Doctor Strange.
It was really
so
it was really cool.
I loved
it was a good
the
slate.
almost Nolan-esque cinematography stuff going on.
Yeah.
With
like
and I liked some of the. It's corny, but I like some of the messages. I like the spiritual.
Yeah, I know. It was cool. Like it was interesting.
You know me.
Yeah.
It worked. Yeah. So it was like it's pretty cool. But like personally, I'm a fan of Ant-Man, even though it was like it was just even though like a lot of people like maybe people like didn't really like it, but like honestly,
I think most people liked it.
Really? Okay. Actually, yeah.
So Ant-Man, did you see a new trailer for the second one?
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't seen that. Is it good?
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be interesting. They're playing around more with the shrinking aspect of everything.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I like Edgar Wright, the director.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Baby Driver?
Oh no,
that's Edgar Wright, and it's so Edgar Wright. Like the way he does his humor, it comes through, and it's a really good movie.
Okay, yeah.
The car in that movie is my dream car. Yeah, you need. Yeah,
Tristan's list.
Yeah, you should watch it for sure.
Okay.
And make sure actually watch it several times or twice because the second time around I noticed some things that were really really great about. You have to watch them and we can discuss.
Okay. So like so Tristan and I watched a video last week where it was like the philosophy behind like if you when we watch a movie like a second time it's better generally. That's because people like notice more stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Like that's like with like every movie. So like I get that. Like you notice more stuff.
I think there's merit to both viewings because when you watch it the first time, it's exciting. What's going to happen? You're all into it. The second time, you can more analyze it.
You're not,
and that's when you notice
clouded by your.
That's when you notice the interesting plot details. You know.
Have you seen Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how I was like the first time I watched it. Like like the whole like twist. Spoiler alert, by the way. I'm gonna add that graphic.
Okay, spoiler alert. There's gonna be a graphic.
Okay. So the first time I watched it, I had no idea that Michael Keaton was the dad of like Zendaya or whatever.
Oh, me
yeah,
that was a really good twist.
That was like I really liked that. Then the second time I watched it, and then I realized like the parts like leading up to that, like they're like little like kind of like hints. Like you could tell like okay, so a lot of people like New York are rich, right? But this girl was like she had like a big like nice house and it was like kind of like in the area where like both Spider-Man and the villain kind of were.
Yeah.
So it was like a kind of like a little like connection that like I kind of made like the second time watching it because it's like it just the second time around it like made sense. Like I could see it coming. It like still like kind of like shocked me a little bit even though I'd already seen it.
Right.
And it was just exciting to see like just like little things that like make like the big twists like happen.
Yeah.
Okay, little side topic. Zach,
yes.
Take a look at this movie list. I have all the ones spaced.
Wait, you haven't seen these?
All the ones spaced or the ones I haven't seen yet?
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say the first.
Yeah, the first one.
That would be yeah. Okay, I've never seen Running on Empty.
Okay.
Oh wait, what Running on Empty? Who's in that?
I don't know. It's just.
I honestly haven't seen most of these. I've seen Lawrence of Arabia.
Okay.
It's good. Although. Well, you watch it. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Casablanca is fantastic.
Okay.
Star Trek 2. Oh, that's the old.
That's
one.
the Wrath of Khan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good.
Okay.
Bill and Ted.
You need to.
Strangers on a Train.
Oh,
that's Alfred Hitchcock.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. That's good stuff. It's a Wonderful Life classic. Grease. I mean, you might as well just skip it. Honestly, John Travolta. Sorry, but no, I'm just kidding. He's a good actor. Good Will Hunting. I have not seen that, which is a tragedy.
Okay.
Blues Brothers. Fight Club. I heard is really good. I
you
haven't seen it. I know. Seven is great.
Okay.
Sin City's pretty good. Apocalypse Now is fantastic. The Revenant's great. You haven't seen The Revenant?
I haven't seen The Revenant.
Okay, well, the thing about The Revenant is there's a degree to which I think it was overhyped for the sake of DiCaprio getting an Oscar.
Yeah, it should have been.
But honestly,
Tom Hardy.
yeah,
He was.
But I think what's best about The Revenant is just the cinematography.
Yes,
it's
like the long
it's a beautiful
takes, yeah.
movie.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of movies here.
Yeah.
You ever seen Harry Potter?
Mm-mm.
What?
No,
They're all on HBO.
I mean, honestly,
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
honestly, there's better movies on this list. Like Harry Potter's not bad. But
I know, but I just had it there because
Right.
it's
yeah, you haven't
so
seen
well
it, and
known.
it's yeah. This is a good list, dude. Make sure you see these.
Yeah.
And I have to catch up on some too.
Yeah.
Back to Marvel.
Marvel.
Sorry for that little tangent. Black Panther's coming out. What do you think of like the have you seen like the album that's coming out, like the songs on it?
Yeah, I mean, briefly, I know there's a collab with Kendrick and Travis Scott, and I'm excited for that.
That's
Okay.
on there.
I listened to the Weekend Kendrick that came out I think today.
It was the Pray For Me or what?
Yeah. That was the one I liked.
Yeah, we listened to that. On
All
the way
the
home.
Stars was okay.
Yeah.
King's Dead I didn't like. I don't
You didn't like
Sydney didn't like King's
it
Dead.
was hype.
I feel like it's gonna be during a fight scene.
Yeah, it's just, but what I like Kendrick at his best when he's being very poetic.
Yeah.
and he's
Not trying to hype himself.
right. He's not just that was. I mean, granted, it's attributed to J Rock, but
Yeah.
Kendrick I think raps more on it.
Wait, what do you mean? What?
Doesn't Kendrick rap more on it than J Rock even does?
I
J-Rock's got,
think
like, one
I
verse.
feel like that's a lot of like J Rock songs because you know that song Vice City. Have you heard of Vice
Oh
City?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just the whole Black hippie group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, J Rock's. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's see. There's there's this one song
and
that I'm-
Future is terrible on that.
Future.
Oh
okay.
yeah.
When he's
The
that-
voice
that-
was high pitched.
He's trying to do a Kendrick voice change thing, and,
Yeah,
and
it
he's not
doesn't
Kendrick.
work.
He's
I don't
not
know why
Kendrick.
they let that go through. It sounds so weird.
You know, experimenting.
Okay,
Sounds
so
like a grown man.
speaking of like
Like a
Black
woman.
Hippie, there's one song called Bloody Waters on the album. I don't
And
think it's come
is the
out.
Black hippie group?
It is okay. It's
'Cause
one
that's really cool.
one person from the Black Hippie group that I actually really like. Absol.
Yeah, Opsal's great.
Absol. Yeah, he's good because he's in this song. He's with like Anderson .Paak. Have you heard of him?
That is really cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool
And, like,
combination.
yeah, so I'm really excited because
Yeah, I like some
they're like
Anderson .Paak.
they're two like really good people. In there.
And they're two, very unique
Mhm.
sort of styles.
Yeah.
Not the typical.
Yeah.
Which is what's good about Top Dog Entertainment.
Yeah.
Is you can have a Schoolboy Q who honestly he goes pretty. I mean, it's not trap, but it's the mainstream.
Yeah.
But then you can have a Kendrick, and then you can have an Absol and an Isaiah Rashad,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
and and you can all this kind of different stuff. That's what's it's
You're
really
gonna
cool.
have like
Yeah.
a J Rock
I
and like
recently
yeah.
found.
And Anderson .Paak he works with them, right? He's not signed.
he's done a couple songs with them. I don't think he works exclusively for Top
Yeah.
Dog.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tristan.
Oh no, I recently found what is it, Isaiah guy?
Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah, Isaiah
yeah.
Rashad's fantastic. Yeah.
Mhm.
But he's sort of an acquired taste, I think. Like if
Yeah.
you listen the first few times, it's like
It's gonna be okay, but
if you give it
give it a
it's like
chance.
Kendrick.
yeah, like the
Blue
first time you
Butterfly.
listen to it, it's
Yeah,
just like,
you have to.
it's like
take
weird, but then you like get into it and you're like, okay, this is like a deeper meaning. And
Yeah.
like what he
Yeah.
says is like really good.
right.
It's cool.
But hopefully Black Panther's good. 'Cause
I'm
I know
ex-
there's really good like reviews out there.
The
But like
the issue sometimes with the reviews though, and I don't want to be too controversial on your podcast,
That's
Okay.
fine.
but I think
Yeah.
the fact that it is such an African American
yeah.
cast
Mhm.
definitely attributes to that.
Mhm.
I think Wonder Woman, for example, was good.
But people
It
hail it's like the
became
greatest
so
movie.
overhyped
Yeah.
because of the fact that it's about a woman, and
Yeah.
and it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie,
right, but I
like,
just that's why I think I worry sometimes with Black Panther, where it'll be like, I don't want them to overhype it simply for the sake that it's about African Americans, or it's
Yeah.
not even about African.
it's about like
Africans.
a tribe in Africa.
Yeah.
Like a city in Africa.
I don't know. Like I feel like it's gonna be good. Like either way. Like if it was like if like everyone in that movie was white, I feel like it would be like the same.
What do you say?
Well, okay.
Black
let me
Panther's a
rephrase
cool
that.
Black
character.
Panther. White
Okay,
Panther. Wait, what do you mean? No, the movie's specifically about Africa.
No, okay.
But
Just
even
think,
if
like a similar movie that with like everything was.
Oh,
this,
you're
like,
saying I got you.
yeah, like it
even
would be
if the
like,
cast was
Well,
all
we haven't
white,
seen it yet. We haven't
No,
seen it
I
yet,
know.
so-
I'm just saying that it doesn't like matter if you're black or white. To quote Michael Jackson.
I think it does matter to critics.
Okay.
Yeah, they get special.
It's a
I think,
critic. Okay.
Think
well,
about the Oscar nominees. Think about what won Oscars. Movies like Moonlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie,
Mhm.
but those things, I don't know. Moonlight didn't actually when it did it. It was La La Land.
Yeah, it was La La Land.
But people were outraged. But the thing is,
no. It was the other way around. People thought it was La La Land because La La Land.
And it was Moonlight.
And yeah,
it was
Moonlight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, because it's about a black gay guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That like checks all boxes.
Yeah, that's which. Yeah, I think not to say that they're bad movies. They are good movies.
But they get
But
kind
I
of
think-
special treatment.
Right.
Yeah, just because
Okay,
of
yeah.
Some
who's in it.
affirmative action.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just if it was all white people, okay.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, what I'm saying is not okay. I guess in my head it makes sense, but when I'm saying it, it doesn't make sense. Just like if it was like an all white cast, like I feel like it would be good either way. Like not okay. Let's just take out the critics.
What you're saying is, it's going to be a good movie.
It's gonna be a good movie, no matter who's in it.
Right. Yeah.
No matter what race.
Right.
Dang, I don't know
So
if this is.
So to stray from this really controversial topic, Zach, I noticed on your list you didn't have any of the Guardians of the Galaxy or like Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming, great movie. I'm not a huge fan of Spider-Man.
Okay.
So I'm not that interested in his character.
Okay.
Sometimes I think he's just a whiny kid. But still good movie, and I understand why people do like it.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy should be on the list, but that's like top 6 then.
Okay.
Like, it's so hard. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's so hard. These movies are all really good. I think.
Yeah.
And I'm just as controversial as my other comment.
Okay.
I like the second one better.
Yeah.
The first.
Me too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Aw.
It's
the second
better.
one is
bro.
a lot. I don't know.
The second one's
I like it
funnier,
better.
but like the
Okay.
first one's just like
The
it's
first
classic.
the first quarter of the second one is pretty splotchy.
Yeah.
But once it picks up, I really enjoy it.
I like the beginning scene where they like unveil the title of the movie and like everything's frozen, like the camera's like
Like it's like focused only on Groot. while
Yeah.
this-
Oh
this
yeah.
guy's
Oh
doing it.
yeah. Oh, that like the intro scene.
Yeah, the
yeah.
intro
That's
scene. Yeah.
that's fun. That's fun.
Okay, well,
That's my question.
I don't know.
Outvoted.
No, I guess
Fine.
it's over,
Okay.
Yeah.
In my defense, the first one, just I like Lee Pace as Ronan because I don't know. I like the Infinity Stone aspect
Oh,
of it
yeah.
because
We haven't,
it
like-
ties into the entire Marvel.
Right.
You know, like, what like the whole like the base of it or like what Infinity War is.
What brings them all together? Like,
Well, that's kind of a point of contention though for some people because some people aren't interested in the whole
whole
the
thing.
connectedness of it,
Yeah.
and so when there's these weird plot points about Infinity Stone,
Why isn't he punching that guy?
yeah, it's kind of just like yeah.
But see, that's why I liked it because I like focusing on like the grand scheme of things
Mhm.
because like it ties everything together. That's why.
Okay, speaking of the grand scheme of things, Infinity War. Okay, I don't know if this is true, but aren't like most of the characters supposed to die off in Infinity War?
I don't know about that, but I think people are going to die.
Okay, predictions. I know I've heard your prediction.
I said I think Iron Man's going to die
Yeah,
because I think
he's been used.
he's going to get married to Pepper from the Spider-Man Homecoming engagement. It's going to be great.
Mhm.
He's gonna be
Happy
satisfied
man.
with his life
Yeah.
in the midway battle or the
Mhm.
final battle maybe of the first part because there are 2 parts.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
second one, he's gonna go out. He's gonna die because Robert Downey Jr. is getting old. He's almost done.
And plus his contracts. With,
Yeah, I haven't looked at them close. Like I haven't studied them.
like they're almost up.
yeah, and
that's, like, one
he's
of
been
the
doing
main
it for so
things.
long. He started the thing.
Like-
so I think it'd be so poetic for him to go out. Right.
Yeah, like an actor, and actors don't want to play the same role over and over. And
Right,
over again,
right.
'cause they're going to be known for that one role, and they
Yeah.
won't be able to like branch
Now.
out.
Kind of typecasting.
Yeah.
Another prediction. My dad made this prediction. I actually really like it. Okay, did you ever see X-Men: Days of Future Past?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is thinking that it's going to be one of those type of situations because in the trailer he noticed that Captain America wasn't wearing his regular like uniform. He was wearing kind of like an older version of it. So my dad thinks that like a bunch of shit is going to hit the fan
Mhm.
and like everything's going to get destroyed except for Doctor Strange, who's
Just
the
go back in time.
the power. He has the green Infinity Stone or whatever, like the time bending one. So he's
Uh-huh.
gonna go back in time and then cause like a trigger of events to like save everything. But in like the process of doing that, it's gonna make the entire like original like Marvel stuff, like from Iron Man all the way up until like Infinity War Part 1, like
Just-
null and void, kind of like X-Men.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think they've spent way too much time building up the
Building, yeah.
universe, building up the timeline to just discard
just
it.
to end it all.
I could see them using the time stone as a plot device again, but I don't want that either because we've already done that in Doctor Strange, and I don't want that to become a Deus Ex Machina, kind of bringing in the time stone to fix the problem.
Because then it takes away from the movie.
I want the time stone to be destroyed, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's like a weird plot. I don't. You know what I mean?
It takes away from like the whole movie if everything that happens can be reversed.
Yeah, exactly. It was great in Doctor Strange, but they need to find a way to.
Either like Thanos could take it or something, use it for something else.
They need to retcon it out of the.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you have any predictions, Tristan?
I think that Captain America's gonna die.
Okay, that's possible.
Mostly because of his contract. And I think
it'd be interesting. I don't know if they could kill off both Iron Man and Captain America.
That would be a
or they could split it.
What do you
kill
mean?
one and one movie, kill another.
That's true. I honestly, I'm not sure because Chris Evans, maybe his contract's almost up, but he's young. He can keep doing it.
Yeah, he can do it.
Robert Downey Jr.
He's like
he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah,
he's like it's tough. But
maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Yeah.
You never know. I don't.
Also, some wild card. Who's gonna die? Black Panther. It's a wild prediction.
No.
They're gonna kill.
They
Black
literally.
Panther.
They're not gonna end.
I know, and something that just started.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
But that would be
dumb.
Wouldn't that be really? Wouldn't that be something that they killed?
It would be
something
definitely be
right
something
as it started.
No, that
I could see them killing Iron Man. I could see them killing maybe Thor. I don't know.
I don't think.
I could see one of the Guardians of the Galaxy die.
Oh yeah.
That's a good
Maybe
point.
probably Mantis.
Okay, well, again,
maybe.
I mean, what can she really do?
It depends on how James Gunn's vision played out, what he started. Because I feel like he's got some sort of vision.
Is he the director for this movie? Or?
He's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Guardians.
Oh, okay.
And then the Russo brothers are directing Infinity War. They also did Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Ooh, the good ones.
So they proved themselves. Okay. And then I don't want to get my facts wrong. I think it was Joss Whedon who did the first Avengers and the second one.
Age of Ultron.
And I think after Age of Ultron, they're like,
we need something new.
We need something new because it was good, but it was too much like all that had come before. And so they decided
an invasion.
And so and then the Russo brothers did Winter Soldier, and that was something new. So they were, and I think that was a good decision.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say?
Wait. Also, I think Drax is gonna die because he really wants to kill and fight Thanos.
Thanos
when he sees him, he's gonna lose control and just run out.
I feel like Drax is gonna be part of the reason that Thanos, remember the first Guardians of the Galaxy, he called Ronan.
Yeah, he called them
into that one place.
That's possible. Although I kind of would hope that maybe he demonstrates some character development.
Oh yeah.
And then instead of just messing it up royally, he
just for his own self.
Yeah, maybe he actually manages to do something positive.
And plus, he's a cool character.
Yeah, I don't like him.
No, I know. You don't want anyone to die.
No, I think. Okay, that's fair enough. But but I think, I think who's going to die will be the old. I think the Iron Man, the people who they know aren't going to be around much longer, and they need to usher in new characters to replace.
Yeah,
and I think Tony Stark. Maybe Captain America.
Maybe
I don't think Thor, just coming off of the success of Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe Black Panther? I'm not
Black
Widow. Black Widow.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Black Widow and maybe Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
At this point, they can't kill off Hawkeye.
Bring him back from retirement again.
They faked it out. No, they need to just leave the guy in retirement. Why is he coming back?
He doesn't do anything. He maybe shot one alien in
Avengers. He left in the second one, the second Avengers, and he was brought back for Civil War.
Right.
Bring him back again just to kill him.
What about Hulk? What do you think his role is going to be? Because I feel like he's been... he's been around for a long time.
I don't think he's going to die. No, but he really hasn't, though. How many movies has Mark Ruffalo actually been in? Only about 3.
Okay, but then there's Edward Norton.
Right, but that movie's basically retcon.
That's it's an old.
I mean... Mark Ruffalo hasn't even gotten
got enough screen time,
which is because of Universal, actually.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to get this story wrong, but basically, I think they had. Okay, this is what it was. Marvel Studios had the rights to make the movie.
Okay.
But they weren't a big enough company to have the rights to sell, like to distribute the movie. They didn't have the distributed rights. They had the productive rights without the distributed rights. So what they did was they made deals with Universal to distribute, or Universal owned the distributed rights for Hulk. So they made the Incredible Hulk through Universal. Okay. And then was it Paramount? Who was with Iron Man in the first? There was another company that had the.
I think it was Paramount.
Yeah, for Iron Man.
For the first
and Iron Man 2 and like the first few movies, they had the distributed rights. Okay. But then before the Avengers came out, Disney bought Marvel. So now they didn't need these other companies to distribute it because they had Disney to do that. Yeah. Right. So but while the deal with Paramount, I think it was Paramount.
I think it was Paramount.
Was finite. Like there was a certain amount of movies, and then the contract was done. So they just finished the contract and finished those movies. Yeah. Universal's ownership of those rights it doesn't have a time limit, or doesn't have a movie limit on it. Gotcha. So they're just holding on to the rights basically, which is kind of annoying.
I think it's weird because Spider-Man is also like
right,
Sony.
There's Sony, but
there's like 3 different companies that owned these separate superheroes from the same universe.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
That's obnoxious.
Yeah, you know.
Things could get lost like translation.
Yeah. Like if one person wants to do this, some person doesn't want to do that. Right. It could mess up the whole thing.
Well, that's why the way they've had to make Hulk movies is put Hulk in non-Hulk movies. Yeah. So you have to put Hulk in Thor. You have to put Hulk. He'll be in Guardians of the Galaxy next. You know, because they can't make a solo film for him. Because then Universal. Gotcha. Well, they could, but Disney doesn't want to because Universal gets the money, which is pretty.
What if they just like filmed it beforehand and just had it like waiting?
But
then like if things happen like in between.
Yeah, see, I don't think that would be their business model.
No. Okay. So there's someone that hasn't been around in the Marvel universe for a long time. Nick Fury. Like, what happened to him? Like,
he's coming back for Infinity War for sure.
He is? Okay. But, like, what's his role? Because I
don't know. He's just a cool black guy.
No, well... but he just... Okay, so the last movie, he was in the end of Civil War,
his role is just to be Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, and, like, say cool lines.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I feel like his role... Like, he was in, like, the beginning... Like, he was at the end of, like, Iron Man, and he was just like, okay, I'm part of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're gonna...
Right, he was the... He and Phil Coulson... Or Clark Gregg.
Yeah.
They were, like, the world builders.
Mm-hmm. But now...
Yeah, no, I mean... Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know where he's at. I'm sure they'll explain it in Infinity War.
Okay. Also, another part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not just the movies. What about, like, the Netflix TV shows and, like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Like, are those, like, big factors in, like, this movie, or are they, like, completely, like, different?
I don't think they'll be factors at all. They're in the same universe, but I don't think they're going to be factors at all. Because... I'm sorry.
No, continue.
It's one thing to try to expect viewers to pay attention to all the movies. It's completely another thing for them to expect them to see all the television shows. Yeah. I haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I watched like the first season, maybe.
And another small detail is that the quality's different. It would be weird to see like this guy you've been watching a TV show on a movie.
The only thing that I think might be cool would be if they brought Phil Coulson back, because all the Avengers think he's dead, but he's actually alive.
Wait, who's Phil?
Clark Gregg.
He's like the guy who's like kind of short hair.
Oh, that guy?
He got killed.
I thought he died and then he came back.
Right, he came back in the show, but not
Agents.
Not the movie. So no one knows. So I think it might be nice if they brought him back in. And everyone was like, "Oh, you've actually been alive for the past 10 years or whatever."
Should have watched the show.
Yeah, honestly. And the Netflix shows absolutely not. The fact that Netflix shows are in the same universe is completely unnecessary.
So like Jessica Jones,
it's not weird.
Like Luke Cage,
I just think it's unnecessary because they're never going to cross over. We're never going to see Daredevil fighting alongside Hulk.
That would be really cool. But...
It would be, but I don't think it's not going to happen.
Okay, fair.
I don't want to say it's never going to happen.
Were they in the comics? Were they part of the Avengers, or were they just completely separate? Were they like their own little group of people that just did their own things separate?
So there's like Iron Fist.
Yeah, there's like the Iron Fist.
So you're talking about
like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and the Defenders.
I don't honestly know enough about them. I think Daredevil probably was. a member of the Avengers at some point. But Jessica Jones is a completely separate.
She's just
Her story was essentially the idea: what if a person with superpowers tried out being a superhero and just failed at it epically, and then tried a different career, and that's what it's about. She's a detective instead of because like in the kind of trope in comics is. Like, a guy gets powers, and he immediately either decides he's going to be a superhero or he's going to be a supervillain. Like, there's no, like, he's like, I'm going to save the world or I'm going to destroy the world. Like, there's no middle ground.
Flips a coin.
This is like, she gets powers. I don't even know how she gets them in the comic. I haven't read it. But basically, she has, it might not even be explained. She just has powers, and she decides
what
to
are
try
her powers?
She's, like, super strong. She can fly.
Oh, wow.
It's literally everything. But she's like, I'm be a superhero. Then she meets this guy. She tries to fight this villain, but he has like mind control abilities. So he basically makes her like his slave and has her like kill people. I think I don't know. It's pretty bad. Then she decides that was a failure, and she becomes like a private detective. And that's what it's kind of the idea of it.
So they're just completely just throwing it out there, just like not
to make
really
it a show. I'm glad
they're
they did.
probably
It's a
like
show.
trying to like keep like watchers like, oh, I gotta stay invested in Marvel. I can't forget about them because your movie's taking a long time. It's like
maybe,
between point.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Keep people hyped.
I do like Daredevil. I like the first season of Daredevil. The second season wasn't very good. I did like Jessica Jones. I did like Luke Cage. I didn't even watch Iron Fist because the reviews were so atrocious. And I didn't watch The Defenders, although the reviews were alright. Okay. I like Luke Cage because I like the very African American-esque. Yeah, it plays a lot of homage to jazz and to soul and to the music and culture of African American music. I always love like showcases of any culture.
Yeah.
And it kind of is that, and it deals with those kind of things. And I love, well, that's another we can talk about it. But then Jessica Jones is also really good because it's not even the reason the Netflix shows were good, I think, is because they weren't just superhero properties. Like the movies are. Okay. Luke Cage, he's got superpowers, but it's actually like a crime. It's a crime show about African American social issues. and then Jessica Jones is about like recovery from rape and that kind. And it's like she's not really a hero. She's like a detective. Daredevil, I like the first season because it was basically Batman Begins and The Dark Knight on a small scale. Okay. And more brutal for a season. And then the second season wasn't good. Oh. Yeah. Because they turned away from it.
Are these all on Netflix? Like they're all like Netflix shows?
Yeah, they're all like Netflix partnered Marvel series.
Huh. Interesting.
So I'd recommend Daredevil. I'd recommend Luke Cage. I'd recommend Jessica Jones. I haven't seen the other two. So okay.
I feel like The Defenders just is like a small scale version.
That's exactly what
of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, anything else in Marvel Cinematic Universe or?
Have you seen their animated stuff?
No.
It's really good. Like, I mean, it's not as good as DC's animated like movies.
What are you talking about?
Like Planet Hulk.
Oh, the movie, like
the animated movie.
Yeah, I actually have seen Planet Hulk.
It's really good.
It is good.
I liked it a lot. It was like different from what we've seen from Hulk. Mm-hmm. So I like that.
Yeah, no, that's based on a classic comic. I like animated properties, and I wish they would get more attention. Yeah, like they're kind of dismissed because animation is usually associated with children.
But it's really like adult animation.
Planet Hulk is not for children. Yeah.
And like, have you seen?
Despite the name.
Yeah, Planet Hulk.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Have you seen like the more DC animated stuff?
Oh, are you talking about
when they first meet what is his name? Darkseid? Like there's a movie when they all get together and they fight Darkseid.
Yeah, I think it's based I have. It was alright. I like because this is kind of what I grew up on. Mm-hmm. Not that I was born in the 90s, but just it's what I watched. It was Batman the Animated Series.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And all the DC Animated Universe stuff, which was I want to point out the original interconnected universe.
Yeah.
As far as superheroes go in media, and I still love that. And I honestly think you go back and I watch it and it's still good.
I remember like one time I was at your house a long time ago. We watched like this Green Lantern thing. And it was like right after we watched like the Green Lantern movie.
Oh, really?
I'm like, yeah, dang.
The animated movie is probably better.
Way better than
the Ryan Reynolds. I don't really remember that. too well, but
Yeah, it was a while back.
I like the comics.
Yeah.
I like
But like the thing I liked most about that like Dark Side animated movie is
Uh-huh.
that Batman was seen as like a myth. Like, no one knew about him, and when they found like the Flash found him, he was
Uh-huh.
like, "Wait, who are you?" It's like, "I'm Batman." Wait, you're real? I was like, "It's cool." Because they don't know what he can do.
Right, they're like, who is this guy? And he's like, I actually just can't do anything.
Yeah, he can't do
I'm
anything.
I'm just a real like cool guy.
I feel like people think he's like a monster.
Yeah.
Like him flying through the sky.
No, that is a cool thing. That's a straight adoption from Jim Lee's reboot of the Justice League origin story, which came out 2011.
Mhm.
Which the comic, it's basically the same.
Yeah.
There's some differences. I think they cut out Aquaman.
Oh yeah, Aquaman wasn't in them.
Yeah, they cut him out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
cut
what,
him
that's
out.
what, that was the difference, which is an outrage because
Yeah.
Aquaman's the best.
He's a cool guy.
All right. You want to get into some?
Okay, guys.
Now that we've discussed serious, we had the serious conversation. Let's have some lighthearted, the meaning of life.
Oh God.
Hey guys, it's philosophy time.
So you tell me. I mean, Jackson, you can pitch into. You tell me what you've
Okay.
read, apparently about nihilism.
Okay, haven't read anything about nihilism. Watched a lot of videos on nihilism relating to like TV shows I like.
So the Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty and BoJack Horseman are two big ones. And the two different types of nihilism were like universal nihilism and some other smaller scale nihilism. What's
the difference?
Like universal nihilism is like it doesn't matter what you do in the universe. Like the universe is so big, whatever you do, it won't really make a difference.
Right.
And the smaller scale is like, oh, there's no God and nothing matters and
So that doesn't sound too different to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But okay, the video made it sound a lot better.
Well, the first
So,
one.
I mean-
Well, yeah. So what were your thoughts on it?
Oh, I don't know.
Just use specific examples from like BoJack
Thinking
Horseman.
about it,
Yeah.
no, I don't know
I
any
haven't seen
specific.
BoJack
Oh,
Horseman.
it's definitely recommended.
really good.
Because I really like Rick and Morty.
Mhm.
I even though
It's kind of
perhaps its assumptions
are
about the
very
universe, I
Yes,
disagree.
it's no.
But it's a great show.
yeah.
And I think I was telling Jackson the moment, because I always think like, what's the moment where I was like, this show is amazing, and the moment for
Wait. Spoilers, maybe.
oh
Just in case you like mention the moment. It's fine if you mention the moment because I'm
Yeah.
curious too.
yeah, the moment where I was like, I watched the first episode, right? It's like
Okay.
it was funny.
It was something.
Some of it was a bit too vulgar. The second episode, I was going along. I was like, "Oh, this is much better than the first one."
Yeah.
Then there's that scene where
Oh,
Scary Terry is
Oh.
like shooting through the different like universes,
Yeah.
and he's like goes to that like the dominatrix looking woman in like the sex
Yeah.
chamber or something, and he's like, "Sex is sacred, bitch," or something. And he like slashes her. And I was like, "This is." I need to watch this show.
Have you seen the new season?
Yeah, I've seen all of it.
Okay.
so-
Okay.
Mhm.
The one I like, the episode that really stood out to me in the whole
Yeah,
show
uh-huh.
was when they went to,
Tales
like-
from the Citadel.
Yes.
And the
Tales
thing-
from
and
the
the-
Citadel.
And it's so good.
It's so
and also what's
good.
great about it is like the entire episode would make no sense
Mhm.
to anyone who hadn't seen the rest of the show. It's literally predicated on the
It's
rest
just
of the
references.
Mhm.
show. And the fact that it's like who are these guys? They
Yeah.
literally made a social commentary of American society off of Rick and Morty. Like,
Literally, Rick and Morty.
it's just Rick and Morty in the society, and they've managed to do this.
It's just so.
it's a great
just
episode.
Props to them. Really good stuff, guys.
Yeah, no, I
Keep it
think
coming.
animation sometimes can be a frontier of creativity when
Yeah.
live action stuff gets repetitive.
Yeah.
And with some of the animation, you can really push the
You
boundaries.
can put whatever you like come up with.
Right, because
on
there's
screen.
no special effects boundaries.
You could just
You can think it, you can do it. I mean, and that it's releasing good stuff. I mean, I have to watch BoJack Horseman. I know we've talked about animation a lot. right now.
BoJack Horseman, it's like different. Like at first, like I was kind of watching it, I'm like, okay, this is like kind of
Right.
funny, and there's like it's kind of like some like dark undertones. But like as you get into the show, you're just like
It gets really dark.
it gets like really dark and like really deep
Interesting.
and just
Comments on like depression.
Mm.
You know, like what is it? Like just giving up. Just how people like do that.
Like how people like deal with like sadness and stuff.
Right.
Just it's like weird. Like you think it's
sounds
like funny,
but it sounds like such an exercise of post-modernity. Like just so does Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
It's what are we doing? It's just nonsense.
Mhm.
And that's basically I don't know who's listening to this. I don't want to
right.
offend any fans of postmodern philosophy.
It's
But it's garbage, okay?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, guys. Garbage. Trash. Throw that stuff in the trash.
No, well, okay, it's produced some good things, but it's pretty disgusting. Anyways, I don't want to.
So, like,
philosophical debate.
Okay, one line in BoJack Horseman that stood out to me was, "Why do I have to be responsible for my own happiness?" I was like, "Whoa."
Okay, that sounds like the most whiny.
Okay, but
I'm unhappy. I want the government and everyone around me to help me. That's so sleazy.
in a deeper sense.
Okay, I have to watch the
Okay.
show. Maybe.
No, I mean, but like
You absolutely are responsible for your own happiness.
Yeah,
And
but BoJack doesn't think so.
and BoJack and that just I don't know. Is this show? Hopefully
It's really good.
it's a criticism of that idea. Of
Yeah.
that idea. Okay, good. Because that is at the root so much of what's going on in regards to I don't want to say postmodernity. Notions of exactly that. Why do I have to be responsible for my own happiness? You like you're expecting other people to satisfy your own. Not even it starts with like I want some wealth, like the socialist kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and then it gets down to like why do I have to be responsible for my own like state of being?
Why do I have to get up?
And you
Yeah,
notice
exactly.
and you notice like
you do personal responsibility.
like I know you haven't seen the show, but BoJack's kind of like the guy. He's like really rich, but
Yeah.
he's
So
like,
he loses all personal responsibility.
Right,
Like, doesn't care
because
anymore.
so it's kind of like you notice it in like the people that like have the most are like the unhappiest. It's like
right.
what else can I have?
It's like a
just
criticism of that.
Mhm.
I'm
whole
excited.
thing's like a
This sounds
satire
really
on
good.
It does-
It sounds
yeah.
really good.
But then there are other stuff too, like
So those are
because
random,
just
Oh, that's fine.
like weird Rick and Morty type stuff. but
Yeah,
it's
I
like
enjoy that.
random, funny, like
yeah.
thing is the whole thing. It's like how humans and like animals like relate with each other. Like
That's fascinating.
oh yeah, because
all the
kinda.
characters,
The characters have
okay.
Or have animal heads.
they have animal heads and they act like the animal,
Interesting.
and like you can
Here,
see
don't,
like
let me just watch.
Sorry,
it.
okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we're
just
just giving
watch
like
it.
a
I don't
background, like
okay,
philosophical take.
I
on
think
it.
Zach will like Todd.
I don't think Zach.
Really?
So what's Todd?
Todd is
Is it a
who-
show?
Who does he
no,
play?
no.
Oh, it's a character in
Okay,
BoJack.
do
Who
you
does he
know-
play?
What do you mean?
Who
Who
plays
plays
him?
it? Aaron Paul from Breaking
Oh,
Bad.
yeah.
He like
Oh.
voices him, and he's kind of like funny. Like in the first like few like seasons, he was kind of goofy, but then it kind of gets like deep and
It gets
he,
really
like,
deep, and you like
he like finds
look
like
into
his
his soul.
purpose. It's kind of like a character development, or it is a character.
It is actually a
development.
character development.
So or it's just,
That is honestly, I think there's a lot that is great about storytelling
Mhm.
and animation, whether that's an animation or live action, television show or film.
Yeah.
But I think one of the most fascinating elements of literature and of any sort of art based on a narrative or a
Yeah.
story is character development.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the fact that you can take these characters and you can make up a character and then you can present him to people who then find a relation with him, and you can pull this character through this arc where they develop as an individual who's not even real.
Yeah.
And in the process of telling lies, right, of quote unquote, of
Yeah.
making up stuff,
Mhm.
you are demonstrating
life,
incredible truths.
just like life in general.
Right,
Just
that's
watching a life unfold in
Right,
60
right.
minutes.
It's from like the earliest. I mean, that's always what human beings have done with mythology and all this stuff.
Yeah.
We tell stories that are fictional to iterate truth, and that's
Exactly.
it's cool.
That's the quote of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
you
what
like
it
that
was.
because
Yeah.
it just pretty much like everyone. There's like a lot of like different characters in it, but like I know in like Rick and Morty, there's only like a few characters that like represent this,
Rick
but then
and Morty.
yeah, Rick, Morty, Summer,
Jerry.
Beth, Jerry, yeah. In like BoJack Horseman, there's like so many like
Jerry.
other people.
They just
Aw,
did Jerry.
Jerry.
Oh, actually, Jerry.
I like
feel-
Jerry.
Jerry,
Like, I feel bad
Jerry
for
is
him.
the everyman. He's just
Yeah.
He's the
He's
everyman.
the basic.
who's like who just
Confronted
who
with
like
all this
most
stuff.
people in the world just doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, and then he's criticized for not knowing what's going on. And then
Yeah.
But yeah, so like in
Perhaps
BoJack,
perhaps like if Rick sat him down and gave him a lecture about science,
like
dumb
dumb
taught
Rick.
him.
Like what dumb Rick did.
Yeah, dumb Rick
Dumb
was so
Rick.
nice.
Oh, rest
That's
in
an
peace.
interesting. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They think that the Ricks that are more human are stupid.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I don't know if I agree with their conclusion.
It's,
Yeah.
No, it's because it's making fun of it. It's like a satire. on
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Good show, guys.
It wasn't even that, because I'm thinking about the second episode now. The moment the sex is sacred, and then I'm just thinking I was watching it, and he's like, we're gonna hijack this plane. Allahu Akbar, motherfucker. Whatever. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. Whatever he says.
Yeah.
And then just he puts a burqa on Morty. I was just like, this is beautiful.
And like as he's saying it, he burps.
Yeah,
Oh
that-
yeah. Is that bad?
Oh no.
We're good.
No, we're chilling.
Okay, also, I don't know. I think I've talked to Jackson about this maybe. I've had a gradual conversion to conservatism.
Okay, we have not talked about that.
No,
I thought you were going in
yeah.
a different direction.
Oh, what did you
Talking about rock and roll, but okay, let's.
Oh, no, I wasn't. That was like I've always liked rock. I
No, I know,
been
you
listening
just-
to it more recently.
Okay.
Bro.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we like? Okay.
What do you mean? What are we
Oh,
doing?
no,
My
what are we
bad.
doing?
I
How
said-
about we're sitting here?
Like, okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I talked to Jackson about this, probably you too, during the Trump election.
Yeah.
I was very antagonistic towards Trump. I still dislike him
Mhm.
as an individual.
Yeah,
Okay.
not a great guy.
However, I was introduced to, and I think anyone who's listening, and if Ben Kissel listens to this, he was on here, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a libertarian,
Yeah.
and I agree with him on some things. I was introduced to, Skylar Nip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not good friends with him. I don't know him very well, but we were in marine science last year,
Mhm.
and he introduced me to a gentleman named Milton Friedman,
Okay.
who
Like a poet. The poet.
No, Milton Friedman. He's an economist.
Okay.
Okay.
And I started to listen to some of his ideas. He's very radical libertarian, meaning very laissez-faire,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't let the people.
extreme capitalism.
Yes.
And although I'm not as extreme as him, perhaps,
Mhm.
he changed my perspective.
Okay,
I was very
okay.
liberal.
Okay.
And listening to Milton Friedman, I was like, he's making some good arguments. I was doing lots of research on it. I'm like, okay, because I was like, okay,
Open to ideas.
this is fair enough.
Yeah.
The more, though, that I became interested in libertarian-leaning conservative thinkers, though,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't even know if this might be I
No,
don't
it's
even
fine.
know.
No,
This
it's
might be a
fine.
separate discussion.
That's fine.
Because look, there's this, and I think it might be starting to the cracks in it are starting to appear. But there's been this trend for a very long time in the United States and in Europe to play this game of identity politics,
Ooh, I've heard that before.
where essentially, and both sides do it, Republicans and Democrats, and I firmly criticize both of them, but really, I mean, they're both both just unbelievable, just nonsense.
It's just nonsense.
It's just nonsense. But so the Democrats play it like this. Maybe I should phrase it like this. What I realized was the real argument between right and left
Mhm.
is fundamentally a economic discussion.
Okay.
Okay.
In the sense that it's a debate between it's ideologies of, to what degree does the government play a role in your life and in the market?
Okay.
I feel like that's what the founding fathers were thinking about.
Right,
They
exactly.
were creating this country.
Right, sure, right. and this is fundamentally the conversation. You're right. You were talking about the Alexander Hamiltons, who were for bigger government. And then the Thomas Jeffersons,
The
who were for
Federalists.
smaller,
And
the Federalists, and the
anti-federalists.
who their party was the Democratic Republicans. Yeah. So what I realized though is because this is how the left presents it, and this is how they catch you.
Ooh.
Is they play this game of identity politics. They proclaim themselves the ones who are compassionate.
Yeah.
We have empathy
We love
for
everyone.
the immigrants.
Everyone's great.
And the Muslims and the gay people and the trans people.
Everyone's
and look,
equal.
the conservatives hate you, so please vote for us. And
Yeah.
this is the right.
They want you dead.
Right. This is the game they play, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm not denying that there isn't some racism on
Yeah.
the part of some conservatives
Mhm.
or homophobia.
Yeah.
However, finally listening to so many of these conservative thinkers who are demonized by the left,
Mhm.
I've realized that's completely false for the majority of them. This is the so I'm a Muslim. I don't know if people know I converted to Islam last year, and so I was liberal because they are the ones who are saying it seems the way they present it when I look on the news is look at these conservatives hating on Islam.
Gosh, what
Meanwhile, we believe in tolerance for all faiths, and it's presented so sleazily now that I'm aware of it, and it's really I opened my eyes. I started reading, and I'm gonna and the thing is all these individuals who I'm gonna cite have been called racist, homophobic, and white nationalists.
Okay.
But they aren't. Okay?
Okay.
Listen to what they actually have to say.
Yeah.
I'm talking Jordan Peterson, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro. I don't know if you guys know Ben Shapiro.
Mm-hmm.
Look into these people because and this is an interesting thing about our time is that the news cycle, the regular news stream is dying.
Yeah.
People are no longer believe what it has to say because it's Fox News presenting biased conservative news, and then it's every other news station presenting biased liberal news, right? And the bias is overwhelming towards the liberals, but still, it's nonsense. Fox News is nonsense too. Sean Hannity, I literally don't even get me started. Right? I'm sure he's a nice guy, but
just
the way he
presents
presents the show, there's this episode I was watching.
Liberals.
I was watching this episode, and I don't want to get off a tangent. I want to get back to what I was saying. I just want to point this. I'm citing an actual incident in which this is true.
Okay.
They were discussing Islam.
Mm-hmm.
And this of course fuels the identity politics thing. But they're discussing Islam, and he was like, he asked some question: Are the Muslim immigrants a danger to the country?
Okay.
He had three people to interview. He had one guy who was
Fox News conservative,
who was a
or like
no. He was one guy who was a Muslim.
Okay.
One guy who was an atheist from Pakistan.
Okay.
One guy and one woman who was Christian and
okay.
Arab, I think.
It's an interesting group.
Basically. The way it went was he asked the Muslim guy first, what do you think of the threat? So the Muslim guy's like, well, see, honestly, I think the real threat is how allied we are with Saudi Arabia. And like he's going on. I was like, he's making some fair points. Sean Hannity cuts in. You're not answering the question, sir. You're not answering the question. We're talking about American lives. We're not answering the question. Okay, next person. So this is the atheist. He's like, well, I'm an atheist. I'm from Pakistan. You're not answering the question, sir. That's literally all he said. You're not answering the question, sir. You're not answering the question. Let's hear her perspective. Listen, these immigrants, they want to kill you. She said that. Look at our website. It's called Open Eyes, Open Minds. These people want to kill you. Didn't interrupt her.
Real
You make a
open
good
mind.
point.
And look. I think we need strong borders.
Yes,
I'm not saying that I'm not. I think there is a danger from Islamic countries, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But the clear bias, it's disgraceful.
Yeah.
And
Come on, media.
that's talking about the conservative. The liberals go on forever, and especially because they present themselves as if they're not.
Yeah.
Your CNNs. Everyone knows they're liberals.
Yeah.
And they act as if they're
not.
so objective.
We're in the middle.
You're not. You're not. You just. But anyways. I guess the point I'm getting to is these individuals, right? Your Ben Shapiro's, your Jordan Petersons, your Dave Rubins, they basically the way they became famous was a scandal, controversial clip. People were like, "Wow, this is outrageous. These people are racist."
Oh yeah.
The liberal media would lampoon them, and then there'd be the few individuals who would actually take the time to look at what they're actually saying.
And those people
Turns out,
crazy insanes.
Yeah, those people are radicals, white nationalists. Muslim white nationalists. That's me. But it turns out these people actually have the right idea. They are refusing to play the game of identity politics, and they say what they believe. I don't agree with all of it. Okay, I should cite Sam Harris too. I don't know if you know who he. Oh, I was just talking to you about him before the podcast.
Yeah.
He's in the Richard Dawkins New Atheist movement.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I disagree with him on every fundamental point about life.
Perfect.
He also dislikes Islam. However,
Okay.
I like him because he refuses to play the game of identity politics. You know that Ben Affleck clip where Ben Affleck is like, "That's gross. That's racist."
Oh yeah.
That is Sam Harris. Sam Harris was
Oh.
like on TV. He was explaining the differences between radical Islam, Islamism, so on. He's just, and of course it was his opinion, but he was explaining the differences. Ben Affleck's response was not to actually discuss this with him. It was to say, "You're racist. That's gross."
And no one can talk to you.
Right, and that's what the left does.
Yeah.
And it stifles free speech. I mean, and this is the instance. I just watched an interview. Jordan Peterson, he's great. I think he's maybe my favorite out of all of them. He's a psychologist and a professor in Canada. And he was in this interview. I hope I'm not hogging up the podcast.
No, it's fine. This is
No.
fine.
Go
He was in an interview.
Uh-huh.
I think it was British TV, and I was watching it, and she asked. Basically what he said was, at one point, the way he became the scandal that got him into the headlines.
Yeah.
Headlines was that he had said he would refuse to use the pronouns of trans people under law, because basically Canada had passed a law, or was proposing to pass a law to force you to use them.
Oh, that's.
And he felt that was a violation of free speech, so
Right,
he said he would refuse to do that. In this interview, the woman asked him, "How does your right to freedom of speech trump the right of trans people not to be offended?" Now that question's fundamentally nonsense. Okay, your right not to be offended? That's not a civil right. That's not a civil
It's
right.
clearly stated in the Bill of Rights.
And the interview is beautiful. Watch it. Maybe I'll send it to you guys. Because Jordan Peterson, he doesn't get. Sometimes the fall of a lot of thinkers is they get mad on TV and then it's over. He doesn't get mad. He literally just sits there, leg crossed, and just states all the facts and destroys the question.
Kind of like Ben Shapiro.
And Ben Shapiro does it too. Sometimes Ben gets mad, and
That's how he
his
gets.
problem.
That's how he gets like
Right.
attention.
You're right. That's the scandals.
Yeah.
But he so maybe he is positive, but he just dissects it, and then she was like, "But how and he's like, "I got you." He literally said that on there. Like, this man is amazing. Like, but you look into it. Granted, none of these people I agree with everything on. I agree.
Yeah.
I disagree with Sam Harris on everything. I don't know. He's probably a nice guy. I honestly haven't looked into his thought enough, but I hear atheist and he doesn't like Islam.
Yeah,
I mean Muslim.
Yeah,
That's
not
great.
not great.
But the difference though is that I like that he is speaking what he believes, regardless of whether that is a violation of
the agenda.
The agenda and the identity. But he's saying, look, I think Islam is a threat. I don't like its teachings, and he criticizes it. That's
He just
fine.
says
That's
it's
what
on
this
his
society's
own.
about,
Yeah.
right? And so defense. So even though I disagree with him, I think
That's
look,
fine.
I don't. It's misattributed to Voltaire, but the quote is, "I don't agree with what you have to say, but I'll fight to the death for your right to say it."
Oh.
Voltaire didn't actually say it. I mean, it'd be
But,
kind of cool if he did, but
Yeah.
because Voltaire's a pretty cool guy. So yeah, look at. I'll send something if you guys are interested, because it is the left. Okay, fundamentally, what the left is trying to do is it's about bigger government.
Yeah.
It's about more social programs.
Regulations, more controlling your life.
Right.
Telling you what to do, telling you to act.
In the economy.
Yeah.
And they use the social issues. They use the identity politics to exploit minority groups into voting for them. Right?
That's what my dad says all the time.
Oh my! Look at that! I'm a white nationalist. but not that your dad says it. But, you know. But when people say it, if I were to say this on air, I'd be lampooned. I'd be called a white nationalist. I'd be called a racist.
Get a lot of emails.
I'd get a lot of death threats. Ben Shapiro is an Orthodox Jew.
Mm-hmm.
He gets so many death threats for being a Jew.
Jeez.
From conservatives, which is just
interesting.
The alt right. Yeah, he gets it from the alt right.
Right.
Because but what is the alt right? It is a direct response to the identity game, right?
Because, just speaking what you think, no matter like how.
Well, what happens is, in a way, but well, I'd say the Ben Shapiros are more response in that sense.
Yeah.
This is in the sense of, okay, you have this culture, this environment where you are slammed for voicing an opinion that is not in line with the left, what do you call it, narrative. The alt-right then is like, okay, we'll play the same game. We're going to get all into identity politics, but the identities will be white people and evangelical Christianity. And that becomes actual white nationalism. Yeah. They've been calling these other people racist for so long when they aren't. Yeah. That actual has fueled racist people. Because now they're like, look, the left is trying to destroy the truth that black people are evil. Obviously, that is not true. That's horrible. It's disgusting.
Don't believe that, guys.
It's false. Yeah, please, any listeners. But you see what I'm saying, right? Yeah. And it's very frustrating because when you stand in the middle and you look at it and say, look,
at both sides.
Look, gay marriage. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Let people just do their thing. That's why sometimes I think Dave Rubin, he calls himself a classical liberal, and sometimes I lean towards that kind of label because it's like, look, I believe in classical liberal values, which are namely liberty, right? Liberty in the economy and in society. Right. You want to be gay and get married? Sure. You want to have
tax fraud? Go ahead.
No, that's a little too far, maybe. But that is too far. But yeah, it's that, and it's fascinating because I hear a lot of young people. I say young people as if I'm an adult. I see my peers. Like discussing. They're like, yeah, I'm fiscally conservative but socially liberal. I'm like, thank you, because that is what this is. Yeah. But people are I think forced into the categories of Republican Democrat, because think about it, if you're gay but you're conservative but you believe in a free market, what do? What do you value more? Your actual right to certain things? Not that it matters now that gay marriage is legal, but back in the what do you or a good economy, and that is a terrible choice to make. So I don't know if that was too much of a
no, it's
like
fine.
I kind of like going off of that. Like my dad, like my parents, like I was curious of like what side they were on, and they said they were both Republican, which I thought was weird because like my dad's Jewish, but like
and that's like a rare
occurrence. It's like a rare occurrence because his dad is Jewish.
Strangely, it should be the other way around.
Yeah, it's usually how it is. But like my dad said that he was fiscally like conservative and then like socially liberal.
Exactly.
And because he said he wants like the economy to be better, so he voted for Trump just for like the economic portion of it.
And
he's been paying off.
I was gonna say that
he might be a bad guy, but he's a good president.
I don't want to say he's a good president
economically.
I'm gonna say that he's had some good policies.
Yeah.
Okay. And look, I'm gonna be able to vote next election.
Same.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know. Let's see if the liberals can pull out a whiz kid.
Well, okay, at this point, I'm not going to be able to vote for them, even if they do, because what is their fundamental agenda? Their fundamental agenda is bigger government. Yeah. And the problem is, even though I might be like, oh, it's bigger government plus like some little civil liberties that I think would be nice. What is actually more valuable? And it's a horrible choice to make, and that's the problem, is the rights of very small minorities or the prosperity of the full nation.
Yeah. That's a hard one. Answer in the comments below.
Yeah. Please send us all your mail about how we're racist and
wrong.
And how my friend Tristan, an immigrant from the Philippines, is a white nationalist. Yeah.
Gotta love those whites.
All right, well. Oh, wow.
Okay, so speaking of, in Zach's large ocean of philosophy and wisdom, I heard Zach mention the word culture, and I thought of Culture 2, Migos.
Oh, yeah.
Really? I think
the
lyrics are dumb.
Mediocre.
Lyrics are dumb, but the beats, they're pretty catchy. Like you can like,
Okay,
they're
you
good
can
to
make those
jam out
beats
to.
in 6 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
I
don't have
watched this
time.
video called "How to Be a Little Pump in 6 Minutes." The guy he makes a beat, it's fire. He makes some lyrics. Honestly, the song, if he just shouted the lyrics a little more, it would blow up on SoundCloud. It would blow up on SoundCloud, and I don't want to start ranting. See, I was worried because I'm like, this is your podcast.
No,
no,
you're
our
guest.
You're our guest.
I don't want to like steal the.
No,
It's
you
your
are free
job
to say whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
All right, yeah.
We're just here to like help fuel the fires.
This is the beginnings of the platform in which I'm gonna, this is the beginning.
Blow up.
Soon enough, me and Ben Shapiro will both be
Hand in hand.
Yeah,
Fighting the good
No,
fight.
Ben Shapiro. The thing about Ben Shapiro, which is obviously understandable given how Jewish he is, sometimes I think sees anti-Semitism where it does not exist.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but he does get real extreme about that.
I mean, if it's the only thing that's like off about him, that's still pretty good.
Yeah. Also, I'm just to say I watched that show Death Note,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which is the premise, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say if Ben Shapiro had a Death Note, and honestly, I wish I knew him so I could tell him this. If he had a Death Note, it'd be terrifying. The guy would literally like he would create a new society. He would, bro.
Yeah.
And he would do it without mercy, bro.
So like,
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
I don't know him. It just seems that way.
Hey, hit us.
I listen to his podcast and it's good.
Oh yeah. Huh? Okay.
Have you heard of Jonah Lucas?
Yes.
Yeah. And I was telling you that he listened to Jordan.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Have you heard his Bank Account remix?
Yes. You told me about it.
Mhm.
It's so good.
It is very good.
It's
And
so good.
it demonstrates so clearly the disparity in quality that exists in hip hop.
But in doing that, it makes a really like catchy and like good song.
Oh, they're great.
Like
No,
the
yeah,
lyrics
yeah.
are like really catchy.
Right. Yeah, his Bank Account, Gucci Gang, Mask Off,
Then yeah, I'm not racist.
Panda.
I'm
Oh,
not
I'm not
racist.
racist. I'm just talking about the remixes.
Remixes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They so well demonstrate what an actual rapper sounds like.
Yeah.
On a good beat.
Mhm.
And
You can hear what he says clearly too.
Right. And
he says it fast, but you can still understand what he's saying, which
exactly.
I like.
And I enjoy the fact that now I can listen, because when I listen to Bank Account, or I don't, but when I would, it'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a cool beat, I want to hear it. And then I would hear like a line in it with like something about lean or
Right.
Yeah.
exploiting women. I'd be like, I literally can't listen. But to the fact that I can enjoy these beats with lyrics that are actually helpful, I really like.
That's kind of like Kendrick and like J. Cole and just
Mhm.
like people like I like those people more
Right.
because they have more like a message, something
Right.
that actually means something.
Yeah.
I know from the first Culture album, Migos, I liked it, but it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I have good memories associated with it from
Mhm.
good times I had with friends while listening to it, and as a result, I still listen to it sometimes, and it reminds me of that. But I was listening to the song "Get Right With You."
Mhm.
The line is literally like, "Get right with you, bad bitches,
I actually
fuck them, then dismiss them."
Right.
I can't.
It's a good
I
message.
literally can't listen to that. Like how?
Like
That's just destructive to your community. The youth in your communities
Are listening
listen
to
to this music,
And, like,
you're
take it
encouraging.
seriously.
Yeah, and you're encouraging a lifestyle of, and this is the fundamental thing. That's why I love on Damn when Kendrick slams what's his name, the guy from Fox News. He slams. You know the guy who's like, this is why I think rap music's done more damage or whatever. He slams him because this just demonstrates the guy's ignorance.
Yeah.
He quotes a Kendrick Lamar line and says, "This is why I think rap music has done so much damage." I think rap music has done damage.
Yeah.
But it's not Kendrick's
Yeah, it's
rap.
not Kendrick.
Kendrick's rap is entirely about improving the communities. and it's funny to some degree because J. Cole and Kendrick, they began, I know I said Milton Friedman, but something they began my move towards conservatism because one of the fundamental, I think, kind of ideas in a lot of left thinking is people are fundamentally good. If you just change the system, things would be good.
Yeah.
I think that's false. I think that's been clearly demonstrated several times throughout history.
Yeah.
And the conservative sort of viewpoint, I think, is more human beings are fundamentally flawed. They have good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the role of the individual to change him or herself in comparison to changing the system.
It's more realistic.
And I think it is. And so when Kendrick and J. Cole make these, which J. Cole, I love the song "Change." It's honestly my favorite rap song.
Mm-hmm.
Which people might get me mad that my favorite rap song is a J. Cole song, but
I don't think people.
Yeah.
But "Change" is really good because, it did change my life. I know change because it said, look, the line is literally, the only real change comes from the inside.
Oh.
And I was like,
That's
true. There's no law, there's no person we can elect who will suddenly solve the problems.
Yeah.
We as individuals have to change, and that's the beauty. And then soon after I listened, Damn came out in April.
Yes.
And J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only came out
2000. Oh,
January, February? No, it may have come out December.
That came out
the same
ago,
year,
right? Oh
no, it came out last year or 2016.
I thought. Oh, okay. I was thinking of something else, but okay.
They came out there. It was in that time period when I was listening to them, and then soon after that summer was when I listened to, Milton Friedman. And what Milton Friedman was illustrating was what is great about capitalism and limited government is that it gives the power of the individual to change himself, and at the same time not be able to force others to change.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, my realization that we are the ones that have to change, combined with the whole, creating a system, not a system, limiting the system, so that the majority of things that happen are the results of people changing. I was just talking to Mike about this, actually. And prime example is vegetarianism and veganism. I'm vegan.
Yeah.
That movement started out very small, obviously, and has been slowly picking up steam because people listen to the argument and they say, yeah, this is kind of atrocious what's happening to these animals. I'm going to change myself and stop. No vegetarian or vegan then went out as an activist saying, we're going to ban the eating of meat, right? What they said is, I'm going to change myself, and I'm going to eat a different diet, right?
I just hope that other
and
people,
what happened? What happened? The market evolved to cater to that taste. Look at how many vegan and vegetarian restaurants there are today. It exploded. And that's not the result of force or government intervention. It's the result of people changing.
Okay.
And having the freedom to change. All right, sorry.
Okay. I have an idea, Jackson.
Okay, what's your idea?
It's going to be not in this episode. We should have 2 parts. Because I like what Zach's saying, but I don't want
That's also what I was.
I don't want a 2-hour-long episode.
I
like what you're saying. It's good. It's good stuff.
So
I don't want to put it all in
you'd
one.
Be like, hey, listen to the first part. If Zach makes sense, keep listening to the second part. If he seems to you that he's clearly a racist and a white nationalist, please turn it off.
Just watch different episodes.
Yeah.
But okay, let's do a part 2. So you want to stop this one so I do it for you?
Oh, sure. Okay.